Okay, my recording is on. My screen is being shared. Do let me know if it is everything is visible and I am audible. Yes. So, all right. So today's chat is going to be about AVWAP, which is why is this thing okay like this. So today's chat is going to be about anchored VWAP. Uh, AVWAP stands for anchored volume weighted average price. I missed an average there. And in short, very quickly, I will basically explain you what that is. Okay, so it's very simple. It's basically a line which is the average price at which the the maximum volume has been transacted. And even before I start talking anything about that, I would like everyone to know here that the pioneer of AVWAP as trading tool is from whatever I have known is from Brian Shannon. He has a big ass book called Anchor VWAP, the perfect combination of price, time, and volume. So if you guys are serious about learning more about it, you guys can go and read it. He also runs a YouTube channel, I guess. Pretty active on Twitter as well, and do follow him for more information on how to use it. But whatever he does, my idea is to basically in a nutshell tell you today how to use it. Okay, so first of all, let's begin by yo, let's begin by looking at what exactly where can you find the AVWAP. Okay, so AVWAP can be found here on the left hand side of the your trading view. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, the fifth one column, at least in my here, where it's basically the forecasting and measurement tools. You go there and you see volume based. There are three things: one's fixed range volume profile, anchored volume profile, and anchored VWAP. And so I have started. Once you start it, then what happens is it comes in my bar here. So it becomes very easy for me to just pick it and then drop it wherever you want to drop it. Okay, so from the name itself, you know that you can anchor it wherever you want. Okay, so let's say I anchor it here. Likewise, you can anchor wherever it is. Okay, so for example, let's take an example of OFSS, and this is the example which I have somehow latched to because this serves the purpose really well. So for example, if I anchor an AVWAP on this day, which is basically a huge gap up day. Okay, now I'll tell you, okay, why this is the place where one should anchor the AVWAP. One of the areas. Um, so so then you will get something like this. In many of your AVWAPs, you might also get three lines. Um, and if you get the three lines, that means your band multipliers are on. Okay. So if you don't want something to look like this, you unclick this, and only the AVWAP will uh, be there. So source may you have to put OHLC, not open high, whatever. So put all the OHLC4. Okay. So once you get this, then the question is, hai kya ye? What is this, right? So this is basically if ayo, if you pull up replay here, okay, if you pull out replay, what you are going to see here is there is the AVWAP is here. Okay, 5800, so 5894 or somewhere, means that आज the whole day whatever volumes have been transacted, whatever business has been done, whatever khareed bech has been done, the average price had been this. Okay, so for example, 100 trades were done here, 100 trades were done here, 100 trades were done here. The average, the price at which the average volume got transacted was here. Okay. Now, next, if you do next, what you see is that the price, the average, the average price on this day has been here, like 6,700 something. So on this day, what happens? The price of OFSS is here, but the average price from here, the place at which the anchor was put till here, ये 3 दिन में जितना भी transaction हुआ, people paid an average price of 6,228. Okay. So this is basically wherever you anchor the AVWAP, from that day onwards, if you calculate the volume and if you calculate at which price the average volume was being transacted, that point is actually AVWAP. Okay. Um, and then what you will see is that if the price bounces off the AVWAP, that means mota mota the stock is stronger. Okay. Because how one of the logic is that, okay, so from this day onwards, whoever bought the stock, because that's the point where I'm anchoring my VWAP, right? From that point onwards, on this day, right, 7th February 2024 ko, the price is 6,816, but the average price a buyer got from this day is here, 6,279. So on an average, the buyers are at a net profit of 8.5%, right? So basically, that is why the way to read AVWAP is, anytime the price is higher than the AVWAP, from that point of time, we know that who is in charge. So if the price is above the AVWAP, bulls are in charge, and bulls are winning and they are happy. And if that is the case, because a strong stock which is going up, if that is the case, then what happens is that the propensity of that strong stock, when it when it pulls back, the propensity that the AVWAP will work as a support is very high. Okay. So of course, what happened is, in this stock got very bearish and there was huge selling here. But what happened is, now people who bought here, okay, like people means not you and me, like these big guys who bought here, uh, after they bought their initial buy, let's imagine, they were unable to buy here. Why? Because the price was hugely extended from the average price. Okay. See, the other way to understand this is, like, imagine you are five people. Okay. You are five friends, colleagues, and whatever, and some of the colleagues, and everyone is buying iPhones, for example, and this one colleague got a price which is average of all the buyers who are getting, which is this line. Okay. And the other one got slightly extended price. Okay. So extended from the average, like 5% extended. Now there are, out of five colleagues, two have gotten like the average price, whatever the market mein chal raha tha, and one have gotten slightly extended. But you will not buy your iPhone which is like 25% in premium, right? So then, whenever the price again comes back to the average, to the mean, you know that now this is a fair value. मतलब चलो, दुकानदार मेरे से ज़्यादा तो नहीं ले रहा है ना? Because I can see from the data that whoever is buying iPhone OFSS is buying at an average price which is this. And that's why if a stock is strong, has the bulls are strong, then in general the propensity that that strong stock would be supported by the AVWAP is very high. So naturally, what happened after dangling a couple of this one, and then it again got back up, and then it came back again got supported, and then fresh buying came, then it went up, right? So basic mota mota, this is how AVWAP, how one needs to read AVWAP, right? So price above AVWAP means bullish, price below AVWAP means bearish. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the presentation. Where do you anchor it? That's the second question, right? So the answer to this is, you can anchor your AVWAP at any point which is of significance. Okay. Now, some of the point of significance are swing highs and swing lows. Why? Because swing highs and swing lows where the prices जहाँ से हमें reversal मिला है ना. So for example, this is a swing high because after this point this price reversed. This is a swing low because after this point price reversed. So the swing highs and swing lows are always points of significance because something occurred there, which is basically the change of trend. The other things which where you can clip put your anchor your VWAP is the breakout bar. Okay. Why breakout bar is of significance, I don't have to explain you, because that was the price जहाँ से range से बाहर निकला. The price got out of the range, and that's why it's a significant bar. For intraday players, apart from swing highs, swing lows, and breakout bars, daily open is also a big candle of significance. Why? Because daily open shows a point wherein huge volumes come in. Okay. And most of the business is actually not done during intraday. The big players, most of the business is being done uh, post market. So most of the orders have been sent already pre market or post market, and then all of that possibly gets executed before the market opens. So the first bar of the day is a very significant candle in that regard. That is why the day open also serves as a point where you can anchor your AVWAPs. There are other point of significance on which you can, anchor your this one, and those are basically key episodes. Very common key episode is result day, because in general, fundamental players wait for the results to see how the result is and then take a decision to buy or sell. And of course, result day in itself is not significant, but because result देख के there is a lot of volume which comes, either buying volume or selling volume, that day would be generally a significant day. Same thing with which budget is also a significant day, because deter based on what kind of policy changes वगैरह वगैरह has happened, a lot of buying comes after that day. Like for example, recent jewelry rally intensified after the budget, after the possibly the gold में जो the rate cards वगैरह वगैरह है ना. So budget day, fed meet would be another point of significance. uh, mota mota, from the episodic, whichever these episodes are. Okay. Now Brian Shannon also uses yearly high and year open, yearly highs and all. I don't use that much, because not because I don't care about them, but I just yeah. So those are the point of significance where you can anchor them. Okay. um, so this would be a huge gap up, huge gap up. So this was a clear point of significance jahan se, things have started to move up. Well, if you say the other thing, okay, one could also have anchored their VWAPs here, like, because this was the point where the the uh, the 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 breakout happened, and this was also a point where actually supported this one supported the price even better, है ना. So that is an example. And any pivot high can be an example, right? So uh, these are the places where one can anchor it. Now, how to use it? I already explained this. Strong stocks will get supported by AVWAP anchored to key areas. If a AVWAP is broken, it can be used as a sell signal, right? So For example, if you now anchor, is this already on? Like for example, if you had gotten in this bounce and you anchor an AVWAP here, if I play this, if I play this, the moment this guy is broken, I mean it was broken, but it again bounced. If there is like huge high volume break of that AVWAP, one can actually use it as sell signals. And another yeah, so I'll show you more examples of those. um, so if a key AVWAP is broken, can be used as sell signal. Once price is below AVWAP, they act as resistance, right? So again, I will also show examples of that. So and one can also use this as a contraction squeeze. So for example, uh, one example can be, let's say Tesla. So if you see here in Tesla, if I clip a AVWAP on the swing high here, you can see that swing the AV, once the price moved below the AVWAP, it is now used as a resistance, or the price acted as a resistance. Here it broke out, but again went down. And if you clip a AVWAP on the swing low, then it is actually acting as support. So this area, this squeeze, whenever squeeze breaks out, whichever it's basically, it can be also used as a breakout tool, because that once price breaks out of the AVWAP, that at this point of time, even those who got bought Tesla here on an average are on a profit. Okay, so that then that from even from here onwards, the bulls are in control. From here to already control में थे ही, because price has already always been above that. So that is one way, another way to uh, or use AVWAPs. Okay, so more examples of whatever I have right now spoken. All of these can be very nicely looked at on a intraday chart. Okay, so I'll quickly go through a couple of names, especially also the ones which we traded, let's say today. uh, so that will be more better examples. So let's say Newgen was a good one today. Yeah, so now I'm gonna go to like an intraday time frame and show you what I mean. Okay, so Newgen was sort of a strong start. Let's go to 3 minute time frame, because 1 minute is too long. So there was a lot of non-significant, like very very scant trading activity until yesterday. And then today, the first 9:15 candle was a huge candle, huge money, 2.2%, 2.17%. So that means that it's a very significant volume, so significant price move. And then what you do is you see that you clip it here. Okay, so you see, uh, if the stock is very strong, then it will always support the price move. So 1 to 3 bars of pullback, it got supported here. Then what you can do is, uh, as the price moves, away from the point of anchor, that AVR becomes more and more insignificant. Okay, so then what you can do is, you can relay the AVWAP to the other support areas. So for example, Newgen may, once you started your day here, it relayed to this point, right? So then what you can do is, you can say that, oh, from this point onwards, who how does the support looks like. So you can see that, from if you anchor on this point, after this small up move, then the pullback is also again supported by this new AVWAP. Okay, now what you can do is, because it got supported here, you can again cling another one here. And you will see that this will also again support here. And you can do similar things as many times as you want. You will basically find areas. and the moment the AVWAP, the price basically disregards the support of the AVWAP, you know that once you see this kind of an action, the AVWAP is like the price is very just like butter slicing below the AVWAP levels. You know that the stock is now uh, the 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 bulls are no longer in control, and the bears are like bears have all the this one, you know, the bears are in control, and if you see possibly they will also act as resistance. Yeah, तो like it's clearly bearish. So it's always wise to, if you are doing intraday trading, it's always wise to look at stocks which are above the above the AVWAP. Okay, I actually traded Newgen today here. I couldn't trade the first bounce, and generally it's always better to time the first bounce, because after second third bounce then it's just like stocks like stage 2. If you are trading a stage 2 base breakout, then always try and get in the first few bases, and more the stock moves up, the chances that sellers will be active more will be higher. So similarly, this is in this trading strategy, mostly the after a strong start, the first bounce is the most low risk and high reward kind of a bounce. Okay, so I traded it here actually because I missed this. Vivek in the group posted, and then I got interested. So I got in here, sold some here. I think sold everything here. So I caught this very small move, which was enough because of the sizing. So another example I'll give you today is Maruti. And Maruti, this thing plays out even um, बहुत ही सुंदर तरीके से. Is what I trying to say. So let's play this out on uh, on replay. So this is the 327 candle yesterday. Uh, so we have Maruti, first 3 minute candle. I think volumes were also very high. You can see that the volume was like very high. Like you can see, this is almost yesterday पूरा दिन में इतना volume नहीं आया मतलब बीच में. And I mean this is because that's why also the 915 candle is very high, right? Because most of the volumes would be the ones which are punched a day ago. So once that happens, once you know that Maruti is a strong start on the day, um, what you do is you clip your AVWAP, and you can see that the first 3 minute candle itself, the price is above AVWAP. And this is also something to notice, because when you should, your price should like right away be above VWAP. So imagine there is another name wherein the 3 minute candle is the AVWAP is below the close of the first candle. So you know that ठीक है, volume शॉल्यूम तो था, price wise भी ठीक ठाक था, but it was not very strong. So for example, uh, Fed Fina. See, Fed Fina was also a very strong start. In fact, 2.89% आया खुलते ही, like it was a very big gap up, big money 2 point some 2% gap up with huge volumes also. But you can see that the price is actually below the AVWAP. I don't know if you can see this here. This is the AVWAP and the price is below. Okay, although it went up but it closed below. माने कि देखो first 3 minute candle में ही बोल रहा है कि ठीक है, मतलब it is not as strong as it looks like. Whereas in Maruti, you see that, hey, this is the average price people got, and the price is above that price, right? So I'm pretty strong is the message here. And then let's play this out. Okay, some tightness and then boom, uh, some tightness and then gone. And you can also see that after this first 2 bars of volume contraction, this is volume contraction, then further buying came, and the price is now trending above the AVWAP, above. अभी 2 बार का पुल बैक आया नहीं, नहीं. It's like always trending above the AVWAP. So So after trending like quite some time, yeah, so the price has always been, above the uh, let me go to 1 minute time frame and maybe just quickly checking if it is current. Okay, yeah, this is so now if you see in 1 minute, then you can see that after this first bar, it was also actually supported by this 919 candle, the fourth candle. Okay, so if you then relay the AVWAP to this candle, you will now see that this pullback was actually very nicely supported by this this progeny of the relayed AVWAP. Chalo, then this is it did not even come very close, which means like very strong. Then you clip either here or the other one, and you can see that this guy is also this small pullback is also supported by that. This pullback is also supported by that. This pullback is also supported by that. And then you can further clip these bars to the bars which this is a relay, because what happens as like I said, as you move, the price moves further from the AVWAP. That AVWAP becomes more non-significant. Okay, so after this again you can relay another AVWAP here, and very nicely the price has pulled back to here. So that is basically, I don't know how actually this closed, so let's play this out. Yeah, I think Maruti finished pretty strong. And another place you could have relayed is again here. So this is how they work. Now let's look at new gen. Yeah, so new gen, so Maruti में कभी sell signal आया ही नहीं आज, if one were trading with AVWAP, right? But Rainbow is a name which I actually traded today as a strong start, and I will walk you through my trading, right? So Rainbow started here 9:15, opened very strongly, strength, strong, and then 4 bar correction came, pullback came, and then on this bar I entered because this bar then pierced. Sometimes what happens is the support is not exactly like a drawn support. Okay, it will sometimes clip here and there, sometimes be slightly volatile also around the AVWAP. So once you do that, so this was where I got in an entry. I actually yeah, so this is where I got an entry. I sold some 50% somewhere here at the bounce, and the other 50% मैंने निकाल दिया. I mean the my stop loss was here, and then I got clipped here, and then after some time I saw that okay, this one got supported to the AVWAP, and this was a tight area. I mean, this I was very interested to get back here also, but I could not. But what happened is I got in somewhere here, I think, and eventually I again got clipped here, below this AVWAP, somewhere here. So this was a very this is a small loss today in my trading, because uh, I got some here and I lost some here. So once the price falls below AVWAP on an intraday time frame, for example how it did like here, after that the price is below the AVWAP on a daily, the price is bearish. And furthermore what you can do is you can ping your AVWAP on the swing highs, and you will see that similarly जैसे strong stock को support देता है ना, similarly weak stocks को, I mean the bearish stocks को, it basically acts as resistance. And similarly जैसे मैंने relay वाला दिखाया था, how the next support point can be, the AVWAP can be relayed there, Similarly, uh, the 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 resistances can also be relayed. So if you put here, you'll probably see that in here, this 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 one had a strong resistance. You could also put it here because this is also one swing high, um, and so you can relay this and you will see that all of these will act as resistance. So if you relay here, possibly further down the line, they will act as resistances. So that is the way, and these are like mostly like moving averages only, how to use it.
Prakash, just a question.
Aha.
So, when you're relaying, in the case of when the VWAP acts as resistance,
Mm-hmm.
do you buy on the reclaim of that? Because we're still, a few, if I were to just look at the price action, we're still in a very bearish sort of formation.
On here,
So, if it,
in here.
yeah, yeah, but
Huh.
let's say it reclaims the lowest relay, the closest one,
Uh-huh.
would you buy them? No, right? Like,
From
the
this breakout,
price action would, yeah.
like for example, yes. So those things would be you just you don't buy the. Okay, I will show you actually a couple of names. Godfrey Phillips, this is a good one, because I actually traded this today, and I traded the reversal. Okay, so see, Godfrey में क्या हुआ? Godfrey opened pretty strong. That's a very good question. So it opened very strong, and then okay, यहाँ पे bounce लिया, but then it broke down, and then now what happened is this guy, this the VWAP from the open, which at the first bounce supported, now has actually become a resistance, है ना? Then what I did is I relayed it, उसको यहाँ पे डाल दिया, and then this new AVWAP again pushed the price below. But now what happened is that okay, price is now sort of यहाँ से it actually it is it's basically it's not moving down यहाँ से, है ना? So this is what I told you about the squeeze. So you can basically play some kind of squeeze. So it found buyers from this point, right? Otherwise ये move नहीं आता. And then from this point it is यहाँ पे it got a resistance, and from this point onwards it basically pierced up. Now to be really honest, my buy was this. uh, I had this, and then I was actually talking to Sanidhya, and I made an entry here, and then this was the stop loss, and it never got triggered, and I'm carrying this. So कहने का मतलब है कि you have to you can trade these, but you have to also get in some sort of feel कि अच्छा what is this, and there has to be some sort of structure.
मतलब
On
ये आपने, अगर मैं वीवैप हटा दूं तो
हाँ
आपने ये रिवर्सल ट्रेड की तरह ही लिया ना
हाँ
इसको?
हाँ हाँ एग्जैक्टली
बिकॉज
हाँ
अगर वीवैप मूविंग एवरेज है
राइट
और जो सबसे पास वाला है, दैट्स लेट्स से द
yes,
5
that's a reversal trade,
फाइव
yes.
EMA, then there's a 10 EMA, and the top सबसे पहला वीवैप is the 50. As a
Yes.
swing trader, I'd probably wait for it to reclaim the 50. But if I'm trading reversal, obviously the 10 and 20
Yes.
will be my
Yes.
first.
Yes. So just because that smaller the most recent relay is being taken out, might not be a very strong thing to take, but I'll show you why this was also in top list. Was because on a daily time frame, we know that there is a strong support here, and this was also at 20. I guess very near to the 20, and then there were now some volumes here, uh, like the volumes were almost scant, and so that was the reason I was already looking, and then like we also discussed in the morning, right, that reversals would give you very small stop loss. So my idea was that if I can get a reversal from here, uh, my stop loss would be like very small. Uh, so my stop loss would be just like below 1% right now. So if this reversal actually comes, then you can see that with a very small stop loss, uh, I have a 20% size here, uh, with a very small stop loss. So that is the kind of trades I'm looking at currently in this market, still trading. So yes, there are other examples as well today. PRSM Johnson was a strong start. Okay, so another thing is, yes, any stock can be anchored on the open, but also it's always better to see stocks wherein there are strong start. Okay, so for example, PRSM Johnson, although my strong start, I did not catch this, which I'm going to get better at. If you see that this 915 918 candle, there was strong start as well as a good volumes. So you clip it here, and then you see that there was a small bounce here with this, but that bounce did not materialize, and we had a breakdown here, and this was a clear breakdown. From the price candle, you just clearly see that this is a breakdown with very high volumes. So there was no point still holding PRSM Johnson after this candle, and this also already looked like an inverse head and shoulder, and from the this is where a knowledge of patterns also come into play. Once once after this bounce, this candle was already getting constructed. One should have biased themselves ki abhi a breakdown aega, because the volumes are also exactly like a textbook in head and shoulders, wherein the first shoulder has a huge volume. The head, actually, price goes above the previous high but is not supported by volumes. um, the right shoulder is though definitely not supported by volumes. You can see that there is a decrease in volume from this and this, and then finally in the breakdown, AVWAP breakdown is also supported with volume breakdown. So yeah, so these are a couple of strong starts today I was watching. Similarly, Network 18 was high in my list. Partially also because I think today, the media stocks were getting some money. And so when this guy started strong, I was waiting for it to bounce from the AVWAP. And actually, once this happened, I put and you can also do this, because you can also, यहाँ पे actually यहाँ पे already है अभी भी ये अलार्म मैंने लगा दिया था ऑन द वी ऐप. सो इसको निकाल देता हूँ अभी. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, माई आइडिया बस ओके, ये चला गया ऊपर तो एक बार तो आएगा वी ऐप पे लगेगा तो इट विल अलर्ट मी. इट डिड अलर्ट मी, बट देयर वाज नो सपोर्टिंग साइंस, राइट. सो यहाँ पे सपोर्टिंग का कुछ साइन ही नहीं था, एंड देन नीचे आ गया. फिर once this guy came back up here and then was making this tight area, I had this thing here. So actually also had a GTT buy order, but this got never triggered. And then if you relay this, I think it will also act as resistance. You relay there, it will also probably act as resistance again here. So this is a very good tool if one is, day trading, especially. And for swing trading also, if I go to your top list, I'm pretty sure, um, even in here, if you anchor them properly, they can act as good signal. So for example, if I anchor it here, the moment the VWAP got broken somewhere here, that could be used as, let me take off the moving averages. So yeah, so somewhere here could be like a sell signal, you know. Maybe here because it closed, यहाँ पे close नहीं हुआ, यहाँ पे close हो गया, तो definitely मतलब it has now gotten bearish. So if you clip another one over the top, this would probably be a resistance. And the moment, so these two converged here and both of them the price broke out on this day above this VWAP, this VWAP. And वहाँ से we know that, the stock is clearly stronger. The bulls are in control. And if you also had clipped something here, then you know that this is also now strong. So so now these two clips are not so significant. The more significant VWAPs would be this one. This is this has some semblance to the swing low before the breakout, and more significant would be this bar. Okay, so these two bar, as long as it is the price is above the these two bar ka AVWAP, mota mota prices, I mean prices are still stronger here. And you can do this to any stock, anywhere. You will find this phenomena. Yeah, so PCBL, let's say, if you clip here, you will see that these were supports. Okay, there's a very nice point of relay, clip here, or the breakout point. So when was the clean breakout? Would be here. um, Now these, right now we are very far off the VWAP. I can say this would be a good relay point, and further supports would be there. If you further relay it here, you will probably further find further supports. So this another form of technical analysis is that, not another form, but one aspect of TA is that it is um, fractal. Whatever works in daily will work in 1 minute, will work in monthly also. So you can use the same principles to use this in any time frame, and yeah, use it to supplement your style. And before like taking this as like yahi karna hai, just study it more and more. Okay, I'll stop here. I will take some questions now. That's all I had. Okay, how to use it, यहाँ पे एक चीज़ भूल गया मैं, relay. And I don't know if relay is the word what this guy uses, Brian Shannon uses, but I just made it like it makes sense, like relay. In relay you pass the baton or whatever that thing is. So that's why I call it relay. All right, open queue. Uh, Paytm now above BVU app. Oh, is it so? PAYTM. So see, IPO ka listing date is also a very nice place to anchor your view apps. Okay, and that's always a very good, especially with the IPO based breakout walo ko to. So right now this is above this. Again, we should have probably relayed it, because यहाँ पे आया and then यहाँ से breakout हुआ फिर घुस गया. तो possibly this is a good place to relay. And you can see that somewhere here, even people who bought IPO on an average are profitable right now. I mean, after this. Okay, of course जिन्हें यहाँ पे लिया तो they will not be profitable. So this is also one way one can use AVWAPs to put let's look at some more names. uh, ch- 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 IPO. So PN Gadgil. Um, why is there? Oh, this is weekly. So for example, if you, so generally we don't clip on. I mean, this is also Brian Shannon says they don't clip it on the day of IPO. Maybe next day कर सकते हो. But this could also show you. Okay, right now sort of mota this thing is sideways. Bajaj Housing Finance, how does it look like? इस पे थोड़ा हम लोग अंदर जाते हैं, 25 मिनट पे जाते हैं. So if you are trading Bajaj Housing Finance and you've gotten somewhere here, yeah, this would be the place probably to say, okay, अभी ये, हाँ, so see, if I put it on the this one, because ये this is everyone, this volume is unnatural, right? Because this is the day the IPO has listed, and so there's a lot of volume. So trading volumes actually start from the next day or the next candle, and you can clearly see that this candle was the candle wherein, the bulls ने हाथ खड़े कर दिए, and price went below that. And once that happens, you can then use swing highs to say यहाँ से इसको री ले गया, इसने फिर, हाँ, अभी तो इसके नीचे ही जा रहा है. सो नाउ व्हाट यू कैन डू इज कॉन्ट्रैक्शन खेल सकते हैं इसके साथ. चलो, नहीं, दिस इज ऑल्सो स्टिल दिस इज वेरी बेरिश राइट नाउ. आई मीन बेरिश, नॉट वेरी, but bearish. So these are some of the ways one can use this. Okay. Okay, I got sidetracked. uh, any questions, folks?
Hi Prakash.
Hi, good evening, Ruchi.
Good evening Prakash. Prakash, when we put this AVWAP,
जी.
price थोड़ा कई बार नीचे जाता है.
हाँ जी.
If we are seeing doing intraday, थोड़ा नीचे जाता है एक दो कैंडल and again it goes up.
जी.
So हमें लॉस कहाँ कट करना, हमें अपना कहाँ कट करना चाहिए?
देखिए, अगर आप तो उस वो एंट्री पे डिपेंड करता है, ठीक है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स लुक एट, एक एग्जांपल दीजिए, उसका चार्ट में हम देखते हैं.
आज आपने अभी ओरेकल का किया था.
Oracle.
That was a one day chart, but let's say if it's a intraday chart, तो
हाँ.
उसमें बस वो थोड़ा नीचे गया, again it came up.
हाँ जी जी. तो कोई सा भी आप एक स्टॉक बताइए जिसको हम आज देख सकते हैं इंट्राडे. जैसे
जो
आप
भी आज
टॉप ऑफ योर हेड.
सॉरी,
जस्ट कोई सा भी आप बताइए. लेट्स से एनीवन. आई डोंट वांट टू बी, लेट्स से निफ्टी में ही देखते हैं ना.
हाँ
निफ्टी
ठीक
में
है.
देख सकते हैं. तो निफ्टी किधर खुला आज? इधर खुला, 9:15 को खुला ना. नहीं, निफ्टी में सही नहीं रहेगा. निफ्टी तो
एग्जैक्टली निफ्टी तो ऊपर ही रहा ज़्यादा.
हाँ, तो इसमें भी देखिए, तो आज क्या था कि अगर लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल कोई सी पकड़ के बैठा है निफ्टी का, है ना. आई डोंट नो, मतलब मैं तो मोस्टली देखिए, ये ए वी वैप जहाँ से खुला है 9:15 को, ये मतलब इट हैज़ नॉट गॉन बिलो दिस ए वी वैप. यहाँ पे गया था, फिर एक्चुअली दिस केम आउट टू बी शेक आउट. नाउ अगेन, दिस इज़ नॉट अ वेरी गुड एग्जाम्पल. लेट मी जस्ट गो टू निफ्टी 50 एंड
और इफ यू कैन ओपन ओरेकल आल्सो वंस.
बट उसमें तो इंट्राडे में नहीं होगा ना, या
हाँ,
ओरेकल
उसमें
में.
इंट्राडे नहीं है वो.
ठीक
बट
है,
इंट्राडे में
इंट्राडे में
काफी
कर
बार होता
सकते
है
हैं.
प्रकाश, बस टू कैंडल इट गोज डाउन एंड अगेन इट्स अप.
I got it. I got your point. But I want to show you with example how to set your stop loss. First of all, you have to, as soon as आपने पोजीशन बनाया, आपको stop loss लगाना है. मतलब there is no okay, hold on. Can anyone like give me a stock name so that I can show how people should use this? Sequent, for example. Thank you so much, Vivek. You saved my life. SEQENT. ओके, ठीक है. सीक्वेंट साइंटिफिक का 3 मिनट चार्ट खोलते हैं आज. तो 9:15 को यहाँ खुला है ना. तो 9:15 को खुला ये, एंड मोटा मोटा खुलते ही वो मेरे को लगा ठीक है, इट इज़ स्ट्रॉन्ग बिकॉज प्राइस, दिस वाज द एवरेज प्राइस पीपल गॉट एंड प्राइस क्लोज्ड. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट कैंडल डिड नॉट फॉलो एंड थर्ड कैंडल में थोड़ा ब्रेक डाउन आ गया. तो यहाँ पे तो अभी तक एंट्री नहीं बनी है ना. अभी यहाँ पे एंट्री बनी ही नहीं है. तो एंट्री यहाँ पे फर्स्ट एंट्री कब बन सकती है, मतलब द फर्स्ट इज इफ, हाँ, जब ये इसको भेद के ऊपर की तरफ क्लोज्ड होगा, है ना. दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट एंट्री यू कैन थिंक ऑफ. तो अभी तो मतलब थिंक भी नहीं कर सकते. तो इसको देखेंगे देखेंगे, नहीं हुआ, ब्रेकडाउन हो गया, डोंट इवन थिंक अबाउट इट. ओके, लग रहा है मतलब स्ट्रांग हो रहा है. ओके, मतलब अभी भी नहीं है. नाउ हियर वन वन व्हाट यू कैन सी इज दैट ओके, दिस इज प्रॉबेबली ट्राइंग टू और प्रॉबेबली गेटिंग स्ट्रांगर, है ना, आपको उसका आभास हो रहा है. बट इट्स स्टिल,
Yeah.
सो फॉर समवन टू टेक एन एंट्री हियर, नाउ one has to think कि अगर he or she has an intraday entry, where would you, Ruchi ji, the question is, even before you take an entry, you have to know a definitive point where you will put your stop loss. Now,
Exactly.
for me, that point is here. Okay, let me go one by one. This is the point where I definitively can put a stop loss, because मुझे पता है कि मैं यहाँ पे अगर लूँगा और स्टॉक इस लेवल के नीचे चला जाएगा, तो मतलब ये स्टॉक मतलब इज़ नॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड मेरा पैसा तो बनेगा नहीं, है ना. देन वंस आई गेट अ डेफिनेटिव पॉइंट, देन व्हाट आई विल डू इज़ आई विल कैलकुलेट कि यहाँ पे मैं अगर घुस गया तो मेरा ये कितना गिरेगा, स्टॉप लॉस कितना गिरेगा. 1.5% का स्टॉप लॉस फॉर अ इंट्राडे ट्रेड, नक्को, मैं नहीं लेगा. I will not take this.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
even if there is a AVWAP is giving an entry, the 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 not logistics, the risk reward scenario for me is not suitable for me to take this. Okay. Okay. फिर ये the clear entry भी नहीं आया. So I will also actually not take this. मतलब यहाँ पे entry था ही नहीं from
Yeah.
risk reward point of view also. Now since this guys, now you will see that okay, sequent तो एक बहुत बड़ा base बढ़िया वाला form कर रहा है. तो what you can do is you can also see, अच्छा let's put, because this is the lowest point जहाँ से buying हुई, right, and this is also another point where you can anchor your AVWAP. So so if you anchor here, then if the mota price is stays above this anchor, then you also sort of have an idea ki okay, things are getting better. Now once this base is built, then you have another pivot, like this is the swing high. We are making swing highs which are lower highs. So the moment the swing high is taken out above, there is a technical entry also,
Yeah.
even if you don't consider the AVWAPs. Okay.
Mm.
So okay, now I will get interested. You know why? Now because we also have a technical area, and you also have a tight area very near to that technical area, and price is
Yeah.
also now getting above the AVWAP.
Yeah.
AVWAP which was acting as a resistance. So now I'm getting interested. Second thing, I'm getting interested also, if I get an entry here, I have a place where I can put my stop loss, which is a very small place. So imagine I get an fill here 190 तक, तो मैं ऐसे देखता हूँ 0.7% चलेगा, इतना चलेगा, right? So that would be my thing whenever I'm looking at this, and I would already probably have either a GTT buy order, or once this guy तो generally मेरा क्या होता है, once I decided कि अच्छा this is a good level, then I do this, then I put a alarm. एंड कभी भी क्या होता है, वो अलार्म बजने के साथ साथ आई टॉगल ऐसे ऐसे करके, तो यहाँ पे ज़ीरोदा खुलेगा, यहाँ पे खुलेगा. ये मुझे पता है कि सीक्वेंट में अगर मैंने रखा है तो मैं देखता हूँ नीचे सीक्वेंट का नाम, तो मैं ऊपर तक देखता भी नहीं. तो द मोमेंट आई गेट द सीक्वेंट का थिंगी, I again go back
Yeah.
and press that buy, because my buy is already the quantities and the things are already there. So sometimes that is the give and take you have to get. The moment it crosses, you will get the smallest price, but sometimes again it might also turn out to be a fake out, and then in that case you have to the moment you put the buy, you also have to put a stop loss order as soon as possible, and that's the only way I've been trading. तो यहाँ पे अगर मेरा स्टॉप लॉस होता तो आई वुड हैव बीन क्लिप्ड हियर. But this is again now getting better and better, right?
Prakash, the thing is, अभी तो आपका stop loss hit हो जाता, then again
हाँ.
you take an entry.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the stock is good, I would take entry. I mean, as long as there are orders, good orders. Again, this is a very bad chart. I would probably not have taken sequent because I had so many names today on. So this was my strong start list. ठीक है. Newgen बाद में आया, but Newgen Vivek from Vivek I got, but these names were already there in the strong start list. So not all of these. Chart GPT में मैंने बाद में डाला. Godfrey को भी probably बाद में डाला, but there were a lot of names यहाँ पे. So Network 18 was there, HMVL was there, Rishabh Instrument was there in my list because this was a strong start today. So Sequent I probably would not have bought, but there would be different other names, you know. So for example this one, no, यहाँ पे तो 3 मिनट बाद 1 मिनट में देखते हैं इसको, तो ये वाला डेफिनेटली एक बाई था यहाँ पे. तो यहाँ this was the first point where you 9:15. So whenever this pullback is coming, then I'm already like on it. Okay, you see volumes are also contracting. And what happened on this bar is there is a clear bullish Marubozu, 0.8%, and also volumes coming. So in here I would have gotten in. And once I would have gotten in, imagine अगर मेरा सबसे टॉप वाला प्राइस भी मिलता मेरे को, तो ठीक है 1.2% इज स्टिल चलेगा, बट इन जनरल लेस देन 1% is better because then I can also size it more. Right. And then what happens is this is the problem with whenever I was making the shift from, not shift in the sense, but at some point I used to only trade swing trades, which means intraday बहुत ही कम करता था. Now I more frequently take the trades in intraday and then convert into CNC. The problem I had mentally faced was because I was so used to making 30%, 20%, 10% to at least चाहिए a day, right? Then what happens is, you know, taking 2.7% feels like क्या ही कर रहा हूँ, right? But that is what I had to, the change I had to make is that, like Rishabh Instrument, let's say I entered with 20% of position size, like notional, right? And then I in this I would for sure sell 50% and then only hold 10% notional exposure. And in this case फिर क्या होता, then you would be already de-risking your position because 50% में मैंने 50% में आपने अगर 2.52% बना लिया, and then the rest 50% you have a stop of less than 1%, then even if Rishabh Instrument comes back and hits your stop loss, if it does, let's say, so here would be another entry for me, like for sure another entry for me, because this was again supported by the AVWAP the second time, right? So many times what happens is if I sell 50%, then I get back here, and then stop loss will come below this, right? So so for example, then आपको in general इस वाले कैंडल पे नहीं घुसना है, राइट? बिकॉज इस वाले कैंडल पे आपको थोड़ा सा भी एक कॉन्फर्मेशन काइंड ऑफ प्राइस एक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है कि ऋषभ इंस्ट्रूमेंट अब यहाँ से सपोर्ट लेके जाएगा. तो दैट्स वाई आई जनरली wait for some kind of confirmation, and that is always price, right? So this would be the entry, and then the stop loss would be shifted here, like here for sure. Sometimes I would even put it here, like just below the AVWAP, not even here. यहाँ तक भी नहीं रुकता. तो the thing is, like, just protect your break even is the first thing you have to check. एंड यहाँ से आपको एंट्री मिलने के बाद थोड़ा सा भी आपको 3-4 कैंडल का फॉलो थ्रू मिल गया ना, तो इमेजिन कीजिए दिस इज़ योर फर्स्ट पोजीशन, इन योर फर्स्ट पोजीशन यू आर ऑलरेडी अप. इन द सेकेंड पोजीशन हाफ ऑफ दैट you sold it here, you got a better price now. In there also you are up, and then again that extra position you can again sell here. So sell on strength, always sell on strength, at least on intraday positions. So I would have probably sold here. I wouldn't even, because I don't know that this 3 candles will come the next time. Yeah, so after first second sort of a bounce, तो ये first bounce, ये second bounce, third fourth bounce में मैं generally नहीं घुसता हूँ, बिकॉज उसके बाद जनरली थिंग्स ब्रेक डाउन होने की संभावना ज़्यादा रहती है, स्पेशली व्हेन ब्रेथ इज सो लाइक दिस. सो अभी तो फिर अभी लाइक दिस 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 प्राइस एक्शन थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी हो गया. सही, जनरली इफ थिंग्स आर वेरी स्ट्रांग देन द बाउंसेस आर वेरी शार्प and not like very fizzly, right, how it is here.
Yeah.
So if that kind of a fizzly thing is occurring, then uh, maybe just you can leave that, and let's see what happens here. Now you can see that the AVWAP is actually acted as a resistance after this breakdown.
Yeah.
resistance है ना. तो yeah, so these things आपको थोड़ा time लगेगा, but this is very simple. मतलब तो अभी ये अभी रेजिस्टेंस हो गया, अभी इस पे टांगेंगे एक तो वो भी रेजिस्टेंस ही करेगा, तो इसको दे दीजिए आप. फिर यही हो गया. दिस इज़ द नेक्स्ट प्लेस. सो
बाय द टाइम तो स्टॉप लॉस भी हिट हो जाएगा, इतना नीचे
हाँ
आएगा
हाँ,
तो.
सी यहाँ पे स्टॉप लॉस आपका इधर ही हिट हो जाना चाहिए, है ना.
Yeah.
और द थिंग इज़, आपने मोस्ट प्रोबेबली 70% ऑफ योर थिंग्स आर गेटिंग गॉट डिरिस्ड हियर. यहाँ पे एक ट्रांच बेच दिया, यहाँ पे एक ट्रांच बेच दिया, 3-4 कैंडल का फॉलो थ्रू इज़ इनफ, बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी आर मेकिंग 2 आवर 1 आवर, एंड 1 आवर इज़ good for intraday. So another name would be Rayfex today. So this was a strong start गया, and then this bounce came, है ना. तो possibly अगर आपने I mean अभी तो बाद में दिखे, we are looking at here right now कि this did not work, but this could have possibly construed as a bounce. For example, let's say if I play here and then एकदम AVWAP से घुमा है ये, है ना. So but it's still there is no confirmation. So next candle अच्छा, next candle अच्छा, ये like this is like a bullish Marubozu, right?
Yeah.
बहुत पास से घुमा. तो अगर imagine आपने यहाँ पे दबा दिया buy order, then your stop loss is immediately below that area. So and once you put your stop loss, then तो you have to go Salman Khan mode, like अपनी भी नहीं सुनो. So that will get clipped, and possibly that will now act as resistance, and at some point of time after making a sort of a base, because even without the AVWAP you know that this is now possibly a reversal base, no. तो गया ऊपर, then अभी reversal या sideways reversal base बना रहा है. The volumes are also very negligible in the reversal base. Going sideways you will already see a pivot here. This is a clean pivot. इसके ऊपर मतलब रिवर्सल आएगा. चलो फिर भी मान लीजिए कि यहाँ पे एक देखिए, लाइक दिस AVWAP थिंग वर्क्स मैन. सो अगेन यहाँ पे आके घूमा फिर प्रीवियस हाई के पास, and the place to buy this thing back would be whenever that AVWAP along with the reversal pivots which is around here. If एक ये देखो ये वाला कैंडल, this candle would be an entry for me if I was eyeing Refix.
Yeah.
And sometimes what happens, I also anticipate. तो ये वाला देखो इतना लंबा. Okay, let's go to 3 minutes probably. So you see, this is a very nice sideways consolidation, right? And whenever that one, this is 3-minute candle, तो एक candle दिख रहा है हमें, but sometimes you can already anticipate कि there is a move coming in. So maybe I sometimes make that kind of an entry. So that would be the entry somewhere here on this candle. And again थोड़ा लंबा गिर जाता है यहाँ पे. Below this would be your stop loss. And if this has happened, I'm already also clipping another one here. And okay, so once if I get an entry here, whenever this three bounce kind of a thing is there, I am already looking to de-risk. Okay, maybe 0.7% में तो कुछ I will not take anything. But the moment there is a candle which will हाँ यहाँ पे मैं पक्का निकल गया, in the sense de-risk, which means that at least 50% is what I what I would get out. Now, if someone is position sizing progressively, then every bounce of the VWAP could also be an entry. But again, for me, I want to take less number of entries but more solid size. That's why I don't like progressive exposure, because number of buy sell decisions are there more. So more the number of decisions, more I get clogged. And the second thing is like, okay, you already have a O'Neill pivot जहाँ पे आपको पता है कि इसके पास या इसके पास आएगा, सप्लाई आएगा, तो दैट कुड ऑल्सो बी अनदर पॉइंट वेयर यू कुड आई कि अच्छा आई विल ऑफलोड द रेस्ट देयर, और मे बी दैट इज़ द पॉइंट वेयर आई विल ऑफलोड सम. And then yes, so this candle would be a sell candle for me, because a possible sell candle for me, because that was the place where this guy broke down.
So when you do intraday, you are just in the front of the screen only. You don't leave the screen that time.
I put my stop losses, and I put my alerts, and then I go on with my job. So in fact, I had 2 meetings today, like hour-long meetings, and I was trading as well as in the meeting. So not much of a problem with me, because I put stop loss.
Okay.
स्टॉप लॉस एक बार लगाओगे ना रुचि जी, आप कुछ भी कर लो, आप जाके बाजार होके आओ, you know that there is a stop loss will take care. So I have outsourced all the worries to stop loss.
Okay,
Prakash,
Prakash,
sell sorry, Ruchit, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying that another strategy to sort of sell could just simply be, जैसे ये छोटे-छोटे mini bases बन रहे हैं, अपना stop loss इनके
हाँ, ट्रेल
shift करते जाओ, trail करते जाओ.
बहुत
So then you don't really have to be watching the
Yes.
price to break below the VWAP or
Yes.
एक base के नीचे उसको बस candle के नीचे लगा के छोड़ दो.
जी जी जी
And
जी, वो भी करता हूँ मैं.
because I mean I also have the similar sort of issue कि पूरा टाइम फिर स्क्रीन के सामने बैठा रहना पड़ेगा कि अभी क्या नहीं है VWAP के तो बेच देते हैं.
सो हाँ, तो मोस्टली तो ये वाला, दिस इज़ अ वेरी टाइम इंटेंसिव, I mean intraday trading is time intensive for sure. It's also mentally very taxing, at least unless and until that's the only thing you do, then you definitely you get better, I suppose. But यही है कि हर
time is the bet in this.
हाँ जी बहुत टाइम लगेगा आपको. बट
Prakash, one more chart.
हाँ बताइए.
Can you open this new new land lab?
Neuland, yes, NULND.
So I was there in this. So आज मेरा stop loss hit हुआ, and then it came down around like approx 6% it was down. Stop loss पहले hit हो गया, but then I saw it going up. वो ऊपर जा रहा था. I wanted to take an entry, but AVWAP से मुझे समझ नहीं आया मैं entries का कहाँ लूँ. And if you see 3 minutes में closing price अलग है, one day में अलग दिख रहा है. I don't know why.
ये आपको one thing I want to आपको मैं बताना चाहूँ, नॉट जस्ट आपको, सबको, देखिए, आपको इंट्राडे में इस पे क्यों एंट्री लेनी है? आपने, आई डोंट नो, आपका एंट्री कहाँ पे था?
Not intraday.
तो आपको डेली पे आपको एज ए स्विंग एंट्री लेनी है इस पे, है ना?
Exactly.
तो आप मुझे ये बात बताइए, आपकी कौन सी सेटअप के मुताबिक इस पे एंट्री बन रही है ऑन ए डेली कैंडल?
So can you just want 3 minutes one?
Why are you going 3 minutes? Are you intraday trading this, or are you trading this for a swing trade?
I was confused with this, the way it was going up, and ये I don't know last में ये क्यों negative हो गया. 2% ऊपर था. When the market closed, it was 2% ऊपर. If you go to 3 minutes, it will show 2% ऊपर only.
I think वो होता है जब market close हो जाती है ना, उसके बाद फिर I think जो post market bids होते हैं, those are sometimes lower.
Yeah, whatever.
whatever.
वो वैसा दिखता है. अच्छा था.
हाँ, वो हमेशा आपके सारे स्टॉक्स का प्राइस आप जब 3.5 के और 3.40 के बीच में देखोगे ना, वो बदल जाता है.
हाँ, anyway, so देखिए, what I'm trying to say, रुचि जी, is see, why do you want to get in here once your stop loss is crossed? I mean, yes, I also do the mistake, and that's why I'm telling you, if you want to
Yeah.
now get back in new land for a swing trade, then you have to see as from a fresh perspective, is there an entry for me here?
PB entry. I was taking a PB. I was thinking of a PB entry. I'll just tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking of a PB entry again.
Yeah, I'm not so sure because yeah, मतलब एट मैक्स मेरे को एंट्री दिखती है अगर कल इसका हाई टूट गया ना, तो दैट वुड बी लाइक हाउ पीपल जनरली ट्रेड शेक आउट। सी अगर आपको पी बी एंट्री लेनी है तो आपको 3 मिनट पे बिना जा गए भी आप ले सकते हो यहाँ पे कोई सा भी आपको विच एवर प्राइस यू गेट फ्रॉम हियर लाइक 1276 to 12,072 you can take, but you have to also be very careful कि see, what I'm trying to say is you also see a lot of monthly charts. आप मंथली चार्ट देख के आप स्विंग ट्रेड ले रहे हो, ये मेरे को बात समझ में नहीं आती है ना। तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक मंथली चार्ट में कोई ब्रेकआउट कर रहा है तो इन जनरल आफ्टर ब्रेकआउट व्हाट हैपेंस, वी नो दैट नेक्स्ट 3 or 4 कैंडल कुड बी अ साइडवे कैंडल or a pullback candle. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you are looking at a monthly cup and handle chart, then it is possible that the next 3 candle on the monthly could be a sideway candle or a pullback candle, right? So if you are now trading a swing trade, which in general whose holding time frame is from anyways from 3 to 15 days or even 1 to 15 days, that monthly breakout might not serve the purpose because ऐसा हो सकता है कि मंथली ब्रेकआउट के बाद वो 3 कैंडल विच इज़ 3 महीना वो सुस्त चला जाए, राइट? सो दैट इज़ वाई इट्स वेरी एसेंशियल टू क्लैम्प डाउन योर टाइम फ्रेम। ओके, मैं फॉर माई इंट्राडे एंट्रीज लाइक फॉर माई स्विंग एंट्रीज आई डोंट बेस माई डिसीजन ऑन एनी अदर कैंडल देन डेली एंड 25। ओके, सो ठीक है, गॉडफ्राई को मैंने आज 3 मिनट या 1 मिनट में देखा, बट द प्राइमरी डिसीजन टू टेक गॉडफ्राई वॉज ऑलरेडी मेड ऑन दिस टाइम फ्रेम, है ना? तो इमेजिन कीजिए अगर मैं एक स्विंग ट्रेडर हूँ, मेरे को गॉडफ्राई लेना है, तो मैं क्या करूँगा ये कैंडल देख के? इस गॉडफ्राई को मैं यहाँ देख के मैं क्या करूँगा, आप बताइए? मेरे को इधर देख लेना चाहिए, दिस वॉज द बिगेस्ट बेस ब्रेकआउट एंड देन दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। तो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे अगर देखिए ना, गॉडफ्राई फिलिप में बहुत बड़ा बेस ब्रेकआउट हुआ मंथली पे, यहाँ पे, राइट? ठीक है, मंथली पे ब्रेकआउट हुआ, फिर दो कैंडल का फॉलो थ्रू मिला। लेट्स से यू आर लुकिंग एट गॉडफ्राई फिलिप्स, यू आर अ स्विंग ट्रेडर एंड यू आर लुकिंग एट गॉडफ्राई फिलिप्स हियर। सो प्रकाश, हाउ दिस चार्ट लाइक बहुत बढ़िया, चलो स्विंग ट्रेड ले लेते हैं। एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस, इट गोज थोड़ा सा इधर उधर and then the next 3 candles is like sideways, right? So all I'm saying is that monthly chart, I mean, of course monthly chart gives you like a big super view that okay, once Godfrey has broken this out, then the mota bias is bullish, है ना? Because huge big base breakout, monthly breakout के बाद मोटा bias bullish हो जाता है, but then you see that even on a weekly chart, this was possibly entry which was already 1 2 3 4 weeks up. Then if you are a I mean, I know you are a swing trader, and so always base your entry exits based on either daily or daily से एक time frame कम, है ना? Which is I think 25 minute or 75 minute is one of the best areas where you can do. And the other confirmation is always use Mars. So if Mars is like gaining in strength, that's the area. So यहाँ पे Godfrey Phillips में PBC entry इसके ऊपर हो जाएगा, है ना? But I have taken a PB entry because I have a very small stop loss now. So कहने का मतलब है कि you will be confusing yourself if you look at multiple time frames and also time frames which are very different than each other.
Right. Yeah, Prakash.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you for the questions. Okay, this session बहुत लंबा चला गया. 16 people are still together with us. Anyone else has any question? Someone asked something.
Yeah, Prakash.
Hi Shruti.
Hi, Prakash. Prakash, exit ठीक है, but how do you enter using VWAP?
Yeah, so that was also discussed a little while ago. See, the most entries are, see, एक तो ऐसा है. चलिए हम लोग सारे वी आर नॉट डे ट्रेडर्स, राइट? तो हम लोग मतलब सुबह सुबह ही 1 मिनट का चार्ट खोल के नहीं बैठ जाते. वी आर स्विंग ट्रेडर्स, सो वी ऑलरेडी हैव आवर वॉच लिस्ट रेडी कि अच्छा ये स्टॉक. सो फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे वॉच लिस्ट के मुताबिक आई हैव अ रेड लिस्ट. So until yesterday, these were some of the names which were good, which were looking good. So one of the names was Web Solar. So Web Solar, if you see, आज सुबह सुबह one of the first uh, alert was on Web Solar because कल तक यहाँ पे दिख रहा था, तो इट वॉज अ वेरी गुड साइडवेज एक्शन. तो आज सुबह सुबह मेरे को क्या दिखा, ये सुबह सुबह मेरे को यहाँ पे जब 9:07 में मार्केट खुल जाता है, प्री मार्केट जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी बाइंग वाइंग हो जाती है, देन यू नो दैट विच स्टॉक्स आर स्ट्रॉन्ग. तो द नेम्स विच हैव ऑलरेडी ओवरनाइट बाइंग, and because of that overnight buying, because of that overnight demand, the prices have been pushed up and there is a small gap, right? So in here there was like 1.68% kind of a gap in Web Solar. So that was a strong sort. So the number one reason for me to choose a stock intraday always is a strong start, or in the first 5 3 10 minutes candle they are very strong, right? And you can go in two ways. You can already see which are the names, which are the stocks that are strong today. So उसके लिए आपको वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हो और एक स्कैनर चला सकते हो. सेलेक्ट स्कैनर स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट 5 मिनट, तो यहाँ पे वो सारे स्टॉक दिखा देंगे जो आज सुबह सुबह 5 मिनट बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. तो जैसे मारुति था, ट्रेंट था, TCS स्ट्रॉन्ग था सुबह, लिंक, ऋषभ इंस्ट्रूमेंट, फेडरल बैंक समथिंग समथिंग, नेटवर्क 18. तो ये सारे स्टॉक्स दे वेर स्ट्रॉन्ग है. रेनबो चिल्ड्रन, तो रेनबो में तो मैंने एंट्री भी लगाई. तो यहाँ से आपको वो स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट मिल जाएंगे. द सेकेंड थिंग इज, ठीक है, लाइक आई
In
सेड वी
fact,
आर.
इसमें Newgen नहीं है. Newgen went up to
हाँ
19%, although
हाँ
it came down,
हाँ, तो न्यूजन
but
नहीं
it
है, तो उसके लिए भी मैं बहुत आज दुखी था दिन में. तो मेरा स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट वाला स्कैनर इतना अच्छा नहीं है, तो स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट में
Prism
न्यूजन
also.
मिस किया, प्रिज्म मिस किया. तो मैं अभी आज आज का मेरा रात का काम उधर ही जाएगा. आई एम गोइंग टू बेटर द स्कैन एंड बेटर द सिस्टम. सो दोज आर द थिंग्स आई हैव टू डू. बट मोटा मोटा ये है कि आपके अगर ऑलरेडी शॉर्ट लिस्टेड नेम में कोई बहुत बढ़िया स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट दिखा रहा है, तो दैट शुड बी योर प्रायोरिटी. एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज, ठीक है, इट माइट नॉट बी इन योर दिस वन, बट there are still names which are strong. So for example, Maruti was not on my list. um, it was not on my list but it started strong. So Rainbow was not on my list but it started strong. तो then मैं सुबह सुबह ये 9:20 पे ये आ जाता है. And once that happens, let's say Rainbow was the name, so what you do is you clip a VWAP on the open. Could be 1 minute, could be 3 minute. I I don't use more than 1 and 3. Some people use 5. तो एक तो ये है कि अगर आपको देर इज़ सम काइंड ऑफ अ बायस कि आज मारुति भागेगा या आज TCS भागेगा, होता है. लाइक सम पीपल डेवलप दैट काइंड ऑफ एन इंट्यूशन बायस. सम पीपल नॉट don't look only price action like I do. Some people also look at news and all, right? तो न्यूज़ से आपको ऑलरेडी पता चल जाता है कि लेट्स से आपके पास थोड़ा इंसाइडर टाइप का इन्फॉर्मेशन हो या आप मैक्रो लेवल कुछ कुछ करते हो, तो आपको ऑलरेडी एक इंट्यूशन होता है. तो अगर आपके पास ऐसा वाला इंट्यूशन है और स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टार्ट भी हो रहा है, तो आप एक्चुअली ओपन पे ही बाई कर सकते हो. बट अगर आपने ओपन पे बाय नहीं किया, तो नेक्स्ट एंट्री, technical entry using AVWAP will come when the price is bouncing from the first support of the AVWAP, not the second, not the third, not the fourth, the first support. And the first support was here, and this was also the
Yes.
time I bought it.
Mhm.
Right, so That is the technical entry.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for the question, Shruti. I think Nagendra ji, I answered your questions. Condition for short listing stock for intraday is the strong start on the in the morning. Um, okay, guys, I will stop here now. ये session थोड़ा लंबा चल गया. I hope most thing is probably clear on AVWAP now, and I'm glad I did this so that any more further questions I will send people to this video. Okay, have a good day, and sorry, not have a good day, have a good night, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Prakash.